Hi, my name is Rasan Cole, here to tell you a story about how I was arrested for armed robbery of a hair salon in Brooklyn back in 2011. Now, I went to traffic court 2011, sometime in 2011, early part of 2011, for a moving violation. Upon leaving the traffic court that is, I got approached by two detectives telling me that I'm being arrested, taken in for questioning for the robbery of a hair salon in Canarsie. They brought me down to their car. I'm asking them questions, when was this robbery, alleged robbery? What happened? Like, why am I being arrested? I never robbed any salon. They told me, hey, this happened, Thanksgiving weekend last year. You robbed the salon on, I don't even remember the address. Long story short, I told them, started laughing and told them, hey, this doesn't make any sense. I wasn't even in New York Thanksgiving weekend. They said, okay, well, we're gonna figure it out. Went to the precinct, put me in a lineup. I looked to the left of me and here's someone I know, recognize. It's a guy from my church who's a cop. So in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe this is a setup or something, because why is a cop next to me in the lineup? He's looking at me surprised as well, like, what am I doing here? Long story short, lo and behold, I get chosen, that I'm the one that robbed the salon. Went to court, bookings, central bookings, got a bail, bailed out. Family was very upset. I was very upset and distraught and hurt because nothing was making sense to me at this point. Everyone knew I wasn't even in New York at the time of the alleged robbery, and we were trying to figure out what was really going on. Now, during all of this, the investigation, we got cell phone records, we got toll receipts, we got my grandmother came up and testified, my aunt came up and testified, other folks sent letters stating, so we showed them pictures that I was actually in Georgia at that time. None of that worked. Still got indicted, had to go through the whole court process of trying to prove to them that I wasn't a guilty man. Now, throughout all of this, I was very, 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 not upset at God, but disappointed. And my faith was really dwindling because I really couldn't believe what I had to be going through for something I really didn't do. And my family is losing money because we're spending money on lawyer, and my faith just really started dwindling and not trusting in the God that I know how He is. He has promised me to be to me. And I was really distraught. We went through all of that process. My lawyer came up with an idea and said, hey, let's, give him a lie detector test, because I believe my client is not guilty with all this proof that we've obtained. My lawyer even hired a private investigator, and he really believed me. I went, took the lie detector test, and that's what got the case dismissed and thrown out. Like, nothing made sense of that case, and I really, really didn't know how to feel about it, because I've never robbed a salon. I've never robbed anyone, as a matter of fact. But to rob a salon, and the whole thing wasn't making any sense. Robbing a salon on a Sunday, and the amount that they said that was taken was only $100 and something. I'm pretty sure anyone out there knows a salon on a Sunday, and they said it was about 6 or 7 women in there. You're bound to get more than $100 and something from everyone. Now, this case didn't make sense to me, and I was really losing faith in God and wasn't trusting Him. And when the case got dismissed, I really saw how God worked out everything for me. There was another person who was involved in the case that got arrested for the case. I didn't have a co-defendant, but that person's name came up in the case as well. And they were saying I was the one that did it. Mind you, I wasn't in New York at the time, but I knew the name, and that was somebody that I knew from, junior high school. And, I used to hang out with those guys, and I haven't spoken to or seen that guy in a couple of years, probably 2 or 3 years. No conversations, no communication. And for that to happen, because of that person, or, I don't know if he was involved or not, but because how would that happen and my name come up, and I wasn't even in the state of New York. I had remotely nothing to do with it. And I just want to advise you on just your trust and faith in God, because I was facing 15 years in jail, 15 years in prison, not jail, prison. There's a difference. And I wasn't trusting God, but God still came through. And from that moment on, I always try to put my trust and faith solely in God and not man, because if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here right now. I really tend to, at times, human nature, you're going through the rough times, the struggles, and we really feel like God isn't there, but he's always there, because at the end, he always brings things back full circle for you to learn a lesson and realize and just show you that he is always and still will be God. That's my testimony, to just trust God and have faith, and don't let your faith dwindle like mine did. Even though in your situation that you weren't even doing anything wrong. Just trust God with the process, because there's always, I believe personally, in every struggle, whether you caused it or you didn't cause it on yourself, I feel like there's always a lesson to be learned. And I say that, just trust God, because he will always bring you through. I'm really a strong believer in God would not give you anything that you couldn't bear. I've gone through many things. That was 9-10 years ago. I could give you many other testimonies, but that's one that really changed my life and changed my way of thinking of how to have faith and trust in God. Thank you.